Okay, I just wanted to really quickly go through this topic of cliches because a lot of people, when it comes to cliches, feel like an anime is gonna be bad because it has a lot of cliche, and it's not actually. That's not a thing actually. Now, when it comes to cliches, this is my personal view on cliches. All right, I see a good cliche and I see a bad cliche when it comes to cliches, and it doesn't decide an anime because a lot of anime, almost 80% of anime use pretty much the same trope, alright? So let's be honest here. That's cliched. So yeah, like each anime has its own cliche going on somewhere at some point, alright? Like just let's just take some of the famous anime. Dragon Ball Super has cliches, Naruto has cliches. Let's just take something like My Hero Academia. Each and every anime has some kind of cliche going on for it, all right? Because we already know what's gonna happen in certain situations and everything. But what really matters when it comes to such like why these animes are popular and why it actually has this kind of high standing in this anime community is because how they execute the cliche. They know what's at stake. They know the situation. They know what's going on and how to actually make that situation a tense one. So hence why they actually can they actually have this point of good cliches going on for them because they already know the whole situation. They read the whole situation. Hence why like those situations, there are good cliches there because it actually makes sense in a way. Now, when it comes to bad cliches, I believe this is where the ass pull factor comes in because this is something that I notice Dragon Ball Super do in the final arc because there were a hell lot of ass pulls in the final arc of Dragon Ball Super. Let's be honest here, Dragon Ball Super is completely an ass pull, but I'm just gonna be saying the final arc because I'm gonna get a beating. But yeah, Dragon Ball Super has a lot of ass pulls. Fairy Tail has a lot of ass pulls. Like, that's the reason why personally I don't like Fairy Tail, and I personally want to not like Dragon Ball, but Dragon Ball was my childhood. I'm gonna be honest here. I grew up with Dragon Ball, the OG Dragon Ball, though. So I personally love the OG Dragon Ball because it was completely about adventure and everything. But and Dragon Ball Z was just a masterpiece. It was a very simplistic story, but the way it was executed, again, cliche. Good cliche is good. Dragon Ball Super, on the other hand, yeah, that's a completely different story. That's how I'm gonna move on. But yeah, uh, like I said, ass pools are completely different things, and something of a cliche, a good cliche, an explained cliche is something of a different thing because you already have an explanation to this cliche that's gonna happen, but when there's an asshole coming out of nowhere and you just have no explanation whatsoever, like for example, let's just take something like the power of friendship. Yeah, that, that, my sir. Yeah, I'm just gonna move aside, you know? Yeah, that, that's gonna move aside. That's what I call a bad cliche. That's what I call an asshole. And when it comes to good cliche, let's just take something like Hunter x Hunter. Look at the situation. Let's say the transformation scene of Gon. Spoilers, yes. Transformation Gon scene is something that we already knew that Gon had such a power within him, and he was this gonna beat up this pedo. Like she was gonna, you already know she's gonna get screwed out. Let's Gon went full power because of the way he already was when the whole situation with Kite was going on, and like when we saw that whole shit, the reason we were actually invested in this because first the situation, second Gon trained hell lot of hard. He had a hell of a lot of hard training there. Third, this man had a dark aura around him throughout that whole arc. So yeah, it already indicated something there going on there. So yeah, like these scenes, they showed they showed us that Gon was gonna do something bad, something that's gonna happen with Gon is gonna be really, really screwed up, and that's the reason why we were so much invested in that cliche. As for My Hero Academia, Like, let's take the Stain fight. We were invested in the Stain fight a lot. Why, you ask me? Because there were ideals online. There was this whole Ira's ideal and Stain's ideal going together against each other. So we had something going on there, and we had Todoroki, a well trained. These guys were under training. I wouldn't say well trained, but we had Midoriya was under training, Todoroki was under training, Ira was under training, and these are like, yeah, they were appearing out of nowhere, but still, they had some kind of training going on under there and their belt, and they were able to, like, they are intelligent kids. They aren't like uh bad, like they aren't like really dumb kids. For example, let's just take, I'm not gonna even speak because I'm gonna get a lot of hate for that. Anyways, but yeah, like I said, so yeah, these are some examples of good cliches and how they were executed. They were actually like cliches, but they're executed well. Cliche is something that you already know is gonna happen, but you don't, at the same time, you don't know how it's gonna happen. You know, at the end of the day, let's just be honest here, Straw Hat against anybody, Straw Hat is gonna come on the top. We know they're gonna survive because they are the main character of the series. But how are they gonna survive the whole situation? How are they gonna go through this whole situation? We don't know that. Same goes with something like, let's just take um, My Hero Academia. We know the main character is gonna survive, but how is he gonna survive? No idea, because he's directing the story, so obviously he needs to survive till the end. So yeah, but we don't know how he's gonna survive. Let's take Naruto. Yeah, same goes with Naruto. Same goes with Dragon Ball. Same goes with other series that are like such things. Like, there are some series though which do use the trope of killing the main character off, but they need to make sense for that. Some series don't make sense. Yeah, but still, uh, like I said, there are a lot of series which tend to be cliched and are actually good. One of the big examples I will give is Black Clover. Black Clover is actually good because even though it's cliched, and yes, it does have a lot of aspals. I'm gonna be honest here. Black Clover does have a lot of aspals at the start of the series. I wouldn't say that it has a lot of aspals later on in the series, but at the start of the series, it does have a lot of aspals. So yeah, if the series doesn't get you invested in the starting few episodes, it's a slow series. Let's be honest here. It's a slow series, and it takes a while until it actually gets to its own original story type of thing. Because the first few episodes feel like you already seen this anime already. So yeah. But yeah, like I said, cliches can be good. It's just about how it's executed. That's pretty much it when it comes to cliches. How it's executed. Anyways, let me know what you think about this whole thing about cliches, and I'll see you in the next video. As always, peace.